What if we told you that Mercedes, the team that had been struggling all season, pulled off one of the greatest surprises in F1 history at the 2023 Japanese Grand Prix? What if we told you that they beat Red Bull, McLaren, and Ferrari with a daring one-stop strategy that no one expected? Well, that's exactly what happened, and in this video we're going to tell you all about it. The Japanese Grand Prix is a highly anticipated event in the F1 calendar. It's held at the iconic Suzuka circuit, which is renowned for its challenging and exhilarating track. Over the years, Suzuka has witnessed some of the most memorable battles and dramatic moments in F1 history. From the legendary title showdowns between Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost in 1989 and 1990 to the championship-winning performances of Michael Schumacher in 2000 and 2003 and Fernando Alonso's back-to-back victories in 2005 and 2006, Suzuka has always been a fan favorite. One reason for this is the passion and knowledge of the Japanese fans about F1. They create an electrifying atmosphere at the track, making it an unforgettable experience for all who attend. The atmosphere was even more special at this year's Japanese Grand Prix, as Mercedes, the dominant team in the hybrid era, surprised everyone. Mercedes had won 7 consecutive constructors and drivers titles from 2014 to 2020, making them the team to beat. However, the 2021 and 2022 seasons had been a challenge for them, as Red Bull and Max Verstappen had emerged as strong contenders. Verstappen had won both championships in those years, ending Lewis Hamilton's reign as the undisputed king of F1. Adding to Mercedes' woes was the departure of Hamilton's longtime teammate, Valtteri Bottas, who had moved to Alfa Romeo. Mercedes had replaced Bottas with George Russell, a young British star who had impressed Williams and had a stunning performance as Hamilton's stand-in at the 2020 Sakir Grand Prix. The Japanese Grand Prix was a pivotal race for Mercedes. It was a chance for them to prove that they were still a force to be reckoned with. The team rose to the occasion, and the race was a nail-biting affair. In the end, it was George Russell who emerged as the hero, securing his first win for Mercedes. The victory was a testament to Russell's talent and potential, and it signaled that Mercedes was back in the game. The Japanese Grand Prix will be remembered as one of the most exciting races in recent F1 history, and it will always hold a special place in the hearts of F1 fans. Many expected Mercedes to bounce back in 2023, as they had a new engine and a new car designed for the radical rule changes that aimed to make F1 more competitive and exciting. However, things did not go as planned for the Silver Arrows, as they struggled with reliability issues and performance gaps in the first 3 races of the season. Hamilton and Russell both suffered engine failures in Bahrain and China, while Hamilton also retired with a brake problem in Vietnam. Verstappen took advantage of Mercedes' woes and won all 3 races, extending his lead in the championship to 75 points over Hamilton, who was 4th behind Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. Mercedes knew they had to turn things around quickly if they wanted to challenge Red Bull for the titles, and they worked hard to fix their problems and improve their car. They brought some updates to Japan, hoping to close the gap to their rivals and score some much-needed points. But what they did not expect was to pull off one of the biggest surprises in F1 history. The surprise started in qualifying when Mercedes showed a remarkable improvement in pace and performance. Hamilton and Russell managed to reach Q3 for the first time in 2023 and qualified 7th and 8th respectively. This was still far from their usual standards, but it was a significant step forward from their previous results. They were also ahead of Ferrari's Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, who had been their closest competitors for 3rd place in the constructors' standings. But the real shock came in the race when Mercedes unleashed a secret weapon that no one saw coming: a one-stop strategy. While most teams opted for 2 or 3 stops, Mercedes gambled on making only 1 pit stop for both drivers, hoping to gain track position and time over their rivals. This was a risky move, as Suzuka is a demanding circuit that wears out the tires quickly, especially with high-speed corners like Spoon Curve and 130R. Moreover, Mercedes had not shown great tire management in previous races, unlike Red Bull or McLaren. However, Mercedes had done their homework well and had found a way to make their tires last longer than expected. They also benefited from some favorable circumstances during the race, such as a safety car period on lap 15 that allows them to pit early without losing too much time. They also avoided any incidents or mistakes that could have compromised their strategy. Hamilton pitted on lap 16 from 5th place, switching from softs to mediums. He rejoined in 9th place behind Russell, who had pitted on lap 15 from 6th place. Russell also switched from softs to mediums, but he had started on a used set of softs from Q2, while Hamilton started on a new set of softs from Q3. This meant that Russell's tires were slightly older than Hamilton's, The two Mercedes drivers then began their charge through the field, overtaking cars that were on different strategies or at a slower pace. They passed Sainz on lap 18, Leclerc on lap 21, Piastri on lap 23, and Norris on lap 25. By lap 26, they were second and third behind Verstappen, who had pitted on lap 20 from the lead and switched from mediums to hards. Verstappen had a comfortable gap of over 20 seconds to Hamilton and looked set to cruise to his fourth win of the season. But then, the unthinkable happened. On lap 27, Verstappen's engine suddenly failed, causing him to slow down and retire from the race. This was a huge blow for Red Bull and Verstappen, who had been flawless until then. It was also a rare sight to see a Honda engine fail in Japan, the home of the Japanese manufacturer. Honda had announced their withdrawal from F1 at the end of 2021, but continued to supply engines to Red Bull and AlphaTauri in 2022 and 2023. They had also made significant progress in performance and reliability in recent years, and had helped Red Bull win 2 championships. Verstappen's retirement handed the lead to Hamilton, who could not believe his luck. He was followed by Russell, who was equally stunned by the turn of events. The two Mercedes drivers were now in a position to score a sensational 1-2 finish, something that no one had predicted before the race. They still had to manage their tires for the remaining laps, as they were under pressure from Norris and Piastri, who were on fresher rubber and faster pace. But Hamilton and Russell showed great skill and composure and defended their positions with some brilliant driving. Hamilton crossed the finish line first, scoring his first win of 2023 and his 100th career win in F1. He also became the first driver to win at Suzuka with a one-stop strategy since Schumacher in 2004. He was ecstatic and emotional as he celebrated with his team and the fans. He also dedicated his win to Niki Lauda, the former F1 champion and Mercedes chairman, who had passed away in 2019. Hamilton had a close relationship with Lauda, who had played a key role in his move to Mercedes in 2013. Russell finished second, scoring his first podium in F1 and his best result ever. He was overjoyed and proud as he hugged his team and thanked them for their support. He also congratulated Hamilton on his milestone win and said he was honored to share the podium with him. Russell had been waiting for this moment for a long time, as he had shown great potential and talent in his previous seasons with Williams. He had also come close to winning at Sakir in 2020 when he replaced Hamilton, who had tested positive for COVID-19. But he had been denied by a pit stop error and a puncture that relegated him to 9th place. Norris finished third, scoring his third podium of 2023 and his 6th overall. He was happy and satisfied as he praised his team and his car. He also acknowledged that Mercedes had been faster and smarter than him on the day, but said that he was pleased with his performance and result. Norris had been one of the stars of 2023 as he had challenged Verstappen for wins and podiums on several occasions. He had also formed a strong partnership with Piastri, who finished 4th in Japan and scored his best result in F1. The Mercedes surprise at the Japanese Grand Prix was one of the most amazing stories in F1 history, as it showed how unpredictable and exciting the sport can be. It also revived the championship fight, as Hamilton reduced Verstappen's lead to 50 points with 7 races to go. Mercedes also closed the gap to Red Bull in the constructors' standings, as they moved up to 2nd place behind McLaren. The Japan Grand Prix was a race that no F1 fan will ever forget, and we hope you enjoyed our analysis of it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more awesome F1 content. We have more videos coming up soon, so stay tuned and don't miss them. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.